Sunday, this past Sunday, marked the 20-year anniversary of the Bachelor franchise on television.
Handing out roses, handing out roses.
Most dramatic opening ever.
Guilty pleasure.
Yes. And coming up, the next season's coming up on City TV, right?
Less than 2 weeks away, January 23rd.
So Chris Harrison, remember him?
Yes.
He's got a new podcast out, and episode 1 recently dropped. Now, Harrison, I'll remind everyone, left the show after a now infamous interview on Extra during which he defended Bachelor winner Rachel Kirkconnell, who had previously shared photos of herself at an antebellum-themed fraternity formal. Harrison didn't exactly fight against the idea, and everyone, and justifiably, came after him for it. So then he left the show. Take a listen to a bit of what Chris Harrison, 2 years after that, is now saying.
I was gutted. I was embarrassed. I was mad at myself. I was disappointed in myself. The last thing in the world I ever wanted to do was be an agent of anything negative, whether it had to do with race or anything. And things definitely spun out of control for a number of reasons. But for my part in this, I was sick to my stomach. And I lost 20 pounds. I didn't sleep. I didn't eat. I was scared to death.
Okay, so that's from his podcast. Timing isn't lost on us. He tried to get gigs elsewhere, obviously, for sure. He missed the limelight. So he's like, I'm going to make my own podcast a couple of weeks before the show comes back up. What's interesting is he also goes on to say, while he doesn't watch the show anymore, he does keep his eye on the ratings. And he said they're down 50 to 60%. And he's saying, I helped build up this brand, and it hurts me that this is what's happening to the show. He also goes on to say he wishes that Wells, you know, the bartender in the Paradise, was the one who applied for it, for the position as host. And he's like, you have my backing. And Wells is like, he said, I don't know if I should back you publicly because that might hurt you because he got canceled. Wells didn't go for the job because he says, I respect you too much. And it went to Canada's own Jesse Palmer, who we agree, doing a bang-up job, yes?
He's doing a great job, Jesse. Fantastic. I watch all the time. You watch all the time. Jesse's nailing it. He's hitting it out of the park.
So do you not think that was a little from Chris Harrison going, I don't care, but it's dropped by 50%. I'm not watching, but look what happens when I'm not on the show. What do you think that was all about?
Listen, I don't mind anyone for being salty who's lost a job. Honestly, it's been a while since I've lost a job, so I don't know. But anyone who's lost a job, I completely understand that. And it is funny to me, though, when I hear a host talk about leaving a show in ratings when it's a specific type of show. Like you and I and Devo and Frank and Steph and Tam, like this is a different type of show.
Yeah.
I think you watch this show for a lot of different reasons, one of which is us, if we're being frank about it. There are other shows in this country. Like last time I checked, I still watch Hockey Night in Canada without getting into it. Last time I checked, I still watch The Bachelor. Chris Harrison's gone. I didn't watch for Chris Harrison. There's certain things I watch on television in this country where the host to me really doesn't matter. With the greatest respect in the world, I'm going to continue to watch the show. Maybe certain hosts have more cachet than others. Maybe certain hosts have been around more than others. Maybe certain hosts are headed to the Order of Canada. Who knows? But there are certain entities on television in Canada and North America where it doesn't matter. And with all due respect to Chris Harrison, it was a bigoted comment, and he deserved to go. And on top of that, we're now seeing that. Now, the ratings thing is interesting because I don't remember exactly what season
I can't believe
followed.
They're that low.
But like you know, and I know there's some good seasons of The Bachelor and Bachelorette,
you're right.
and there's some bad seasons.
It goes through peaks and waves depending on who's cast.
It depends. Like I can't for the life of me reference exactly the season he's talking about. But look, at the end of the day, no one's talking about him with the Bachelor and Bachelorette franchise, and especially Bachelor in Paradise.
So he's digging up dirt.
Turn into another thing. I'm not mad at a host for being salty. I'm not mad at a host for wanting to cast aspersions. It's happened to me. It's happened to you.
Yeah.
We know what this business can be like. It is what it is. I believe in what I do. You believe in what you do. Fine with it. Fine with it. But don't tell me that's why I watched. I didn't watch that show for Chris Harrison. Are you kidding me?
It's not the host-driven show.
It's
no.
There's certain shows that aren't host-driven. That's one of them. And every live event on sports I've ever seen really isn't host-driven. Sorry. It's just the way it is. Now, I'm not mad at him.
You might
but
make his podcast. If he gets wind of this, this might make the Chris Harrison podcast. Just saying.
Ratings would really
Somebody might pick up on this.
go down if I
By the
were
way,
on it.
we proudly carry The Bachelor here January 23rd. Keep it locked. Watch it.
And
It's
I watch
good.
it.